Yeah, I'm using scissors. It has guns in the thumbnail. I just went with this thumbnail. I was gonna go like this, but it was two guns akimbo. I don't know. Gunpowder Milkshake is the newest film to just land on Netflix all of a sudden. I mean, lots of movies are just landing on Netflix, and I'm doing my best to keep up with the times. And yeah, but I think it comes out in theaters internationally. I don't know. And the film stars Karen Gillan and let's see, Lena Headey, Carla Gugino, Angela Bassett, Michelle Yeoh, Chloe Coleman, and Paul Giamatti. And in this film, Gillan, she plays this assassin for hire chick who's like very mysterious. And one day, and then she's called on for a mission. I actually forgot the organization's name for. So I just did. And so, she just yeah, and so she has to go on this mission, but the mission is more, bigger than she initially planned. There's more going on than she initially knew. And, then she screws up, and then, then the mission goes awry. And, now the organization who kind of, granted her immunity or something is like, all right, you can kill this girl. We don't need her anymore. And so lots of people, including someone who she wronged on the mission before this mission she took, go after her. And she also has to protect this girl who happens to be, a part of this, and also, in the meantime, you know, reconciling with her estranged mother. So yeah, I mean, when I saw the trail, so you see the trail, you kind of get the gist. It's gonna be like John Wick, but with badass chicks. I mean, because John Wick, I say, because like the way the action is shot, is there's more time for you to see what's going on. The hits feel very hard. None of it feels like faked and cheap editing, honestly. And from what I can say, this film really works. The really best thing about this film is like the action. Obviously, the director. What was the director on this? Actually, no, screw it. I'm not gonna look it up. But like Navat Popshudo, show up somewhere here. I don't know. So yeah, and the cinematographer Michael Sarazin, they just kind of they had this thing where it's like it's all shot with like wider lenses, so like maybe a 35 or 40 mil, and it's really good action. I'm so thankful for movies like John Wick for making saving action essentially, just kind of making that big I don't know what the hell to call it. In any ways. But yeah, like giving us that Hong Kong style filmmaking back into the limelight. I'm sweaty here. I'm gonna wear this. So yeah, I liked it. Another good thing about this film, I really did like Karen Gillan. She was a real badass in this one, but her character was also really interesting. Actually, the scenes with her kid, and her mom. Her mom played by Lena Headey, and the kid played by Chloe Coleman. Actually, were really good. They were like the glue holding this together. Especially for Lena Headey. I mean, she actually gets more to do here than she did in the final season of Game of Thrones. If that's not saying much, I don't know what is. But she was really great. I mean, she's not in the movie much. She only like shows up at the end. Where it's like, yeah, I kind of where she's that point where it's like parents are you show up at your parents are like, yeah, I kind of screwed up. I need your help. Can you help me? So yeah, and then also they join forces with a former sister with an old disbanded sisterhood. Of course, so like Angela Bassett, Michelle Yeoh, and Carla Gugino, and they only really do show up by the end of the film. Actually, this film's really enough a film I'm trying to figure out what to give it. I don't know. Whole point is, um, I really enjoyed the way this film was done and told, like kind of the way the direction. Point is, I really did enjoy it. This is kind of a quick review for me. I would have gone longer. This is also the first time in a while that this is probably the first time I've not done a movie review on Instagram. I'm actually gonna take this off because this is very hot right now. Yeah, my bed is very messy. I've actually been working a lot in my room. This is actually where I do a lot. So my room is like my office. I even keep hold on, just to derail the video. Ugh, I keep this whole stack of stuff here. And there's always dust on it. Let me just put this back where I found it. I'm leaving that unedited. So yeah, I really did enjoy this. I mostly did enjoy a lot of parts of this film. There's only like a few parts kind of mirroring into spoiler-ish stuff. I don't know. I guess I could just say it since you mostly some of the film is like shown too much in the trailers, and I hate when movies do that. Most of it is really shown in the trailers. Shit. Yeah, sorry, I had a bad nail. Another thing is like Paul Giamatti's in the movie, and I love Paul Giamatti. He's such an underrated actor, but he's only in it for like, yeah, I'm in this. I'm kind of like the ruthless, hitman. I'm kind of like the boss, the dirty boss. So he's just there, and we don't really know much about this organization that she works for. I even forget. Is it the Hive or something? I think it's called the Hive. Is it called the Hive? Is it not called the Hive? Let me know. And we don't really need to know more. And this film, I mentioned John Wick in the beginning. This film, I can see total John Wick comparisons. Right after people see this movie. I mean, in the way that the action is done. Pretty much with no shaky cams of all reason. And just no quick cuts, no shaky cams. There's only like a few quick cuts, but it's not the quick cuts that are jarring. It's mostly letting the camera tell the story, not cutting, which is a good way not to insult your audience. The only real problem I do have with this film is the story. The story kind of feels like, yeah, it's standard. It's kind of, like basic. I don't really know. The story, I feel like it's sort of all over the place, which I guess is a given, And, they're sort of introducing this underground crime world in case they want to do a sequel, which, I mean, the ending kind of sets up the sequel, but seeing as this is just a Netflix release in the US, theatrical release internationally, I don't know. Point is, it just felt like this is too much like John Wick at times, but the story is just not as good. That's where I feel like the writing really felt off at times. And sometimes the film is very long, like right after the one big fight scene, we get, and you're like, oh, okay, this is good. We can end the movie here. Oh, we still got 20 minutes left in this thing. So that's a weird thing for me, at least, and there's just like one where I'm like, oh, and I was like, okay, I think we're kind of done with the action. You think you can dial it back, or no, okay, we have one more. We gotta pad out 20 minutes of the runtime, and they do. But overall, I did kind of enjoy the film. I mean, my favorite parts, like I said, were the action and the scenes between Karen Gillan, Chloe Coleman, and Lena Headey. They were like, really the best parts of this film. Would I watch it again? I don't know. I mean, most of the films I watch on Netflix, I just, like, I watch them like once at a time. I just watch them once and then if I'm in the mood, I'll rewatch it. It really depends. Most movies now I've just seen once. So, yeah. Alright, well, I guess I give it like, 3.5 out of 4 stars. It's an A minus for me at best. So, gonna get a lot of hate actually. This one's going for like 5.2 on IMDb. IGN gave it 5 out of 10. I can see a lot of people saying, oh, this is just to make strong female. I'm so tired of these movies. If you don't like these movies, then why the hell are you in the comment section talking about them? Or just don't watch it at all. Who cares? And I feel like some people are going to say this is kind of a female empowerment movie. I don't know for sure how to define it. I've actually really lost touch with the times. I'm looking at myself in the mirror. Alright, so Gunpowder Milkshake. Milkshake, did it leave you with an acquired taste? Did you enjoy it more than you were expecting? Let me know downstairs in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. If you do subscribe, hit that bell to stay notified. Also check me out on Instagram, of which I haven't posted in a while. And look forward for my review of Space Jam: A New Legacy this Friday. Godspeed, everyone. Take care.